In this pencast, we're going to be learning about function notation. Let f of x equal x squared minus 2 and g of x equal 3x plus 6. Find f of 6, g of 6, f of g of x, and g of f of x. Alright, so let's start with the easy ones. Let's start with part A, which would be f of 6. Alright, so this means that we just need to plug in 6 for x. So we have f of x equals x squared minus 2. So f of 6 will equal 6 squared minus 2. And that is equal to 36 minus 2, which is equal to 34. Alright, so part B says find g of 6. So g of x is equal to 3x plus 6. So g of 6 is going to equal to 3 times 6 plus 6. That's equal to 18 plus 6, which is equal to 24. Alright, so now we're going to get into composition here. So what we have is f of g of x. So this is the same as putting g of x, substituting g of x into the function f of x. So the first step is just going to be replacing g of x with the actual function. So g of x is equal to 3x plus 6. So we're going to end up with f of 3x plus 6. So in parts A and B, when we had 6 in the argument, then we just plug that in for x. And we're going to do the same thing here. So f of 3x plus 6 is equal to 3x plus 6 squared minus 2. So now what we need to do is simplify this. So we need to use FOIL to do the first part. So we're going to get 3x times 3x plus 6 times 3x plus 3x times 6 plus 6 times 6. And then we want to subtract 2 from that. Alright, so now that gives us 9x squared plus 36x plus 36 minus 2. And that's equal to 9x squared plus 36x plus 34. So that's f of g of x. Alright, so the last part says g of f of x. Alright, so the first step here is to plug in f of x. So we get g of x squared minus 2. So that's equal to, since g is 3x plus 6, so 3, then we plug in x squared minus 2, and then plus 6. Alright, so if we're going to simplify that, we get 3x squared minus 6 plus 6. And that just simplifies to 3x squared. So g of f of x is equal to 3x squared.